Okay. It's April 21st, and this is our video from the Motivate training. That was the training I did about TVOS. And I had to write about what my experiences with TVOS are, and that is nothing.
Mine's barely anything, so.
Yeah, so, and I did write that only licensed teachers are judged on the TVOS criteria.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally, everything I've learned was from this training and then talking to you. And so maybe tell me about what you did last year, because that was your first year teaching in Tennessee.
Yeah. So last year, all the SPED teachers came together, and we had it was difficult because a kid could be on someone's caseload, but then I would be teaching that child reading.
Yeah, for 45 minutes.
Yeah, but then the other SPED teacher would be teaching them math. So we had to learn how to split the kids.
Oh, even among SPED.
Yeah, among SPED too. So that was pretty difficult.
That seems pretty time consuming. In
Yeah.
addition to splitting them with gen ed.
Yeah. We had to claim the specific subject that we were doing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense now that I'm hearing that. And then, but really, after talking to you and Carol and Jill, it really affects gen ed teachers
Yeah.
the most. Is it tied to their pay? Do we even know that?
I don't know if it's tied to their pay, but I do remember gen ed teachers coming to me. They're very particular with it. So
Yeah.
my formula may not have been perfect for them, and so they would come to me and be like, hey, he actually spends this amount of time with me versus you. We need to change it like that. So it matters for them. It doesn't really affect us as much, but I don't know exactly what it does, the rating score.
Yeah, so that was one thing that one of the most experienced SPED teacher at our school, Jill, was talking about how it does affect how fast you can get tenure in this school system. If your scores are lower, that could make your path longer. And then also, if you were wanting to change jobs or go to another school, that she said that maybe the administration would look at your TVOS score as part of your interviewing process.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we also, let's see, the questions asked were what are you evaluated on? Okay, we talked about how SPED teachers claim students.
Mm-hmm.
How's the data used? So basically what they said is they look at reading and math.
Mm-hmm.
How often are they in gen ed and SPED? But then really what's important to us is growth. And the advantages of TVOS is that maybe our kids are not on grade level,
Mm-hmm.
but did they grow?
Are they
that is
meeting
going to
their
give you,
goals?
if as long as they're growing, your score should be
Mm-hmm.
positive. But so that's why this system kind of exists, is to show growth. And I guess that's probably why in SPED
They happen.
it is beneficial, because our kids or especially in our class, in the self-contained class, those kids, it's going to be really hard for them to ever meet and master the grade level standards that are on TCAP. So this is a way to show how good of a teacher you are. Are your kids growing? And if the answer is yes, then it's it doesn't matter if they're meeting this benchmark.
Yeah.
You've still made
a difference, and they
Yeah,
are
a
growing.
difference.
Yeah.
So, and the other part of it that's good is it's not just scores, how Miss Sprinkle came and observed you and gave you a score. So that is the biggest chunk of your TVOS score. So the scores it's a smaller percentage, and I didn't know that. I have watched several people get evaluated, so I guess that is an experience I've had. And then I did do some research about this outside of that module about what about those kids that don't take the traditional TCAP,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that take the alternative tests? And I don't really know the answer to that. That might be something to talk to Pinkston about.
Yeah, I don't know that answer either because we don't have that
Yeah.
in this class.
My question is, does this affect my job? Like, could I lose my job over having a bad TMOS score? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I hope not.
No, because as long as they're meeting their IEP goals.
Yeah, and as long as my classroom observations are good, which hopefully that'll save me at the beginning. So I guess I can see positives and negatives of the system, but
Yeah.
from what I gather, our SPED department doesn't sweat it too much.
No, it's not that big of a deal for us.
Yeah.
But
Anything else to add? Did you do anything like this in California?
no, this is all new to me, and I didn't hear about this until the end of the school year last year. So
Oh.
when it was thrown on me, and they're like, "We need to do our TVALs," and I said, "I don't know what that is."
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. Another one done.